Say Brakatay Hawa, Brakatay Shai, Brakatay Hawa, Brakatay Shai, Brakatay Hawa, Brakatay Shai. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders who rule well at Great Millstone. And a blessed sanitation to the Akiams in the four corners of the earth to pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom. This evening, I come the next lesson to feed the elect and the nation of Israel, the 144,000, the one third, men, women, and children. Right, I want to touch on this article. Right, it said, just let me get back out to this. Right, let's get this back out. Some minute. Right. Good. Supposed to be loading there. Right. This is a year of the Bible, right? It said in the United States, 1983 was designated as the National Year of the Bible by President Ronald Reagan in the proclamation 5018 made on February 3rd, 1983 at the National Prayers Breakfast. Right, so at the year 1983 they declared the year of the Bible. Right, that's why you devils, gonna be judged by the laws of the book, because you declare the book, right, as the as the book of truth, right, as the word of the Most High. Right, you either might do that, but you either might are a bunch of hypocrites because you break every law in the Bible. Right, you change and you add to the laws of the Bible. Right, it said the year of the Bible, the United States, right, 1983 was designated as the year of the Bible by President Ronald Reagan by proclamation the 5018. It said made on February 3rd, 1983 at the annual National Prayer Breakfast. President Reagan was authorized and requested to so designate 1983 by Public Law 997-280 Senate Joint Resolution 165/96 stats 1211 passed by the Congress and approved on October 4th, 1982. He said the law recites that the Bible has made a unique contribution in shaping the United States as a distinctive and blessed nation and people, and that, quoting President Jackson, the Bible is the rock on which our republic rests. It also acknowledged a national need to study and apply the teaching of the Holy Scriptures. So it's here to say it also acknowledged a national need to study and apply the teachings of the Holy Scriptures. Right? This is why you definitely gonna be judged by every law in this Bible, because this word wasn't given to you Edomite. It was given to the so-called Negroes, Latins, and Native American Indian. But you Edomites go around stealing everybody culture, everyone heritage, right? This is what you Edomites do, right? It also acknowledged a national need to study and apply the teaching of the Holy Scriptures. Can we resolve to reach, learn, and try to heed the greatest message ever written, God's Word and the Holy Bible? Reagan asks. Inside its page lie all answers to all the problems that man had ever known. Right? So you people declare the Bible, the year of the Bible, as a book of the truth, right? And to apply and to acknowledge and apply the scriptures, right? But you devils don't do that, right? You devils are a bunch of hypocrites, right? And like I said, this word was only given to Jacob, right? This is Psalms 50 and 16. He said, but unto the wicked, speaking to you Edomites, you so-called white race, you are the wicked, you are the seed of the wicked. But unto the wicked the power, Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? What hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Because you Edomites don't don't push the vibration with the Most High Passover, the feast of weeks, the feast of tabernacle, the feast of dedication, the feast of Purim. You know, you devils don't do this thing. The Most High Sabbath, the new moons, feast, and you devils don't do these things, right? So the Most High said, what? The Most High said, but unto the wicked the power Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou should take as my covenant in thy mouth? So the Most High asked you, he did not question, right? Verse 17, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest thy words behind thee. Thou hatest instruction and castest the Most High word behind thee. This is what you devils do. But yet still with another tongue. This is why you devil are two-tongue devil. Because with another tongue you devil saying that this is this apply. It's it also acknowledge a national need to study and apply the teaching of the Holy Scriptures. You devils don't do that, right? You devil do everything contrary to the Scriptures. That's why the Most High say your sins reach to the heaven and you're gonna be judged. You're gonna be judged by the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. This book, you're gonna be judged by these laws because you break every laws in this Bible, right? You transgress every law in this Bible, right? And it clearly showed that this word was only given to the Israelites, right? This is Second Ezra chapter 3, verse start from verse 34, but the point is in verse 36, right? It said, weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there also that dwell in the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. He said, oh, when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight, or what people have not kept thy commandments? Right, this is the point here. It said verse 36. It said, thou shalt find that Israel by name had kept thy precept, but not the heathen. That's why I read back on Psalms 50 verse 17, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest thy word behind thee, right? But yet still y'all declare the year of the Bible, right? But y'all don't apply these things. Y'all write laws to defend homosexuality. Y'all put laws meant to lay with beasts, because the scripture also said, thou shalt not lay with a beast, because there's confusion, right? That's exactly what you devils do, right? You devil write laws and these things, right? Matter of fact, let me get this one quick. Showing that the Most High never dwells with no other nation, right? So you devil pick it up on your own self. That's why you're gonna be judged by these laws, right? This is Psalms 147 verse 19. He showed his words unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latins, and Native American Indians, this is our heritage. These last statutes and commandments is our heritage. The Most High give it unto us, right? He said, verse 20, he had not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgment, they had not known them. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. So the Most High never dwells with no other nation. But you never pick it up on yourself and claiming that you can declare the Bible as the book of the truth, but you don't apply these scriptures, right? You don't follow these laws of the book, right? They even say that right? It said, inside this page lie all the answer to all the problem that man have ever known, right? But you don't apply it in this world full of trouble, this world full of evil, but you don't apply it, right? You don't apply, you're not giving up. Why you not giving up? Why you not letting the Israelites go, right? The Negroes, Latins, and Native Americans, why you not letting them go, right? You demons, you devil is a bunch of hypocrites, right? This is Isaiah, right? Isaiah 24 The motherfucker, let me get this. Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10 verse 1. He said, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decree, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And yeah, this what you devil do. Because you never put laws to defend homosexuality. When the Most High make it clear that a faggot or a lesbian is supposed to be put to death. But what you devil do, you devil put laws in place that you can't touch them. That's why the Most High gonna destroy you devils, right? That's why the Most High gonna destroy you devils. Get this precept here. Right. Yeah, this is Leviticus chapter 20 verse start from verse 13. Said, if a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, right? He said both of them, right? Both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Yeah, but you devils don't apply that law. But you devil push the homosexuality vibration in the land. You don't uphold the law. You write law to defend faggots, right? I'm gonna jump to for some right verse 15, right? Leviticus 20 and 15. He said, and if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death. He said, and he shall slay the beast. But yet still, the guy, this place in Europe is try to remember the name. Is a place in Europe, right, where they have a brothel that you could go and have sex with animal. Zoo pedophile, right? Zoo pedophile. Canada pass a law that you could marry an animal, but the most I say in Leviticus 20 and 20:15, and if a man lied with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and he shall slay the beast. But you devils make law that a man could go and have sex with a beast, right? You devil have no morals, right? That's why you're gonna be judged by the laws of this book, right? Thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You're gonna be judged by the laws of this book. This is Daniel chapter 7, 4:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. And this you devil, you speak great words against the Most High, because everything the Most High do, you come in and change it, right? You say, and we're out the saints of the Most High. Who's the saints of the Most High? The Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. You are the saints of the Most High, right? So, and think to change times and law, and think to change times and law. That's exactly what you do, because you're supposed to put a man that lay with a beast to death, and you're supposed to slay the beast. You're supposed to put a homosexuality to death, and you're supposed to put a lesbian to death, because this you right now you is the man who rule in this earth. The Most High give his earth unto you. Job 9:24, right? And you declare this Bible as the book of the truth, right? But yet still you break every single law in this book, right? He said, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and law, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and divided of times. Yeah, so you change laws and times, right? And the Most High clearly tell you, don't add unto his word and take away from his word. The Most High clearly tell you that, right? That's why you devil gonna be judged, right, by the laws of this book. That's why the Most High said no. The Most High not gonna show you devils no mercy, right? This is Revelation chapter 22, verse 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, speaking to all man, you Israelites, you heathen, right? He said, if any man shall add unto these things, the power Yahweh shall add unto him. the plagues that are written in this book, right? So you devil add and take away from this book, right? So these plagues will be added unto you, right? And so, and if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the power of Yahweh shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book, right? So you devil gonna be destroyed, right? Obadiah 1 and 18, right? You devil gonna be destroyed, right? So let me go back into Psalms, right? Go back into Psalms 50, right? Psalms 50 verse, right? Psalms 50 verse 17. He says, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my word behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Yeah, you give it your mouth to evil, right? And thy tongue frameth deceit. Everything you speak is lie. The scripture said the wicked are estranged from the womb, right? For some, he said, verse 20, he said, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. Going back to Jacob and Esau, right? The mother's Rebecca, right? Verse 21, these things hast thou done. So the Most High is saying, these things hast thou done, you so-called white people, and I kept silent. The Most High said, he kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, so you thought the Most High was with you. But I will reprove thee. The Most High say he's going to reprove thee. He will reprove you, right? And set them in order before thine eyes. Who? The Israelites. Is why you see some of the apostles and elders are great millstone, and the brothers around the four corners of the earth, on the highways and byway, prophesying against you and your wicked kingdom. Like you're going to be destroyed, right? You're going to be destroyed, right? This is James chapter 5, 4. He said, behold the hiring of the laborers who have reaped down your field, right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. Which of you kept back by fraud? They kept back by fraud, right? They worked the Latinos and Native American Indians over 400 years without no pay, right? Now you're giving us minimum wages, and yet still taking out taxes from it, right? And also you're supposed to pay a man before the sun go down, but you paying people every fortnight, every month, every week, which is wickedness, which is against the law Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So every law the book you break, right? It said, behold the hireling, Psalms Salakia, James chapter 5 verse 4, behold the hireling of the laborers whom have reaped down your fields. Which of you kept back by fraud? Cry, and the cry of them which have reaped it are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, right? And the Lord said that you're not supposed to let a matter of fact, let me get to Leviticus, right? Leviticus 19 and 13, right? The Leviticus chapter 19 verse 13, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him the wages of him that is hired, shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. But yet still you paying jakes every fortnight, every week, every month, right? Which when the sun go down, you're supposed to pay jakes, right? And you're paying a minimum wage and still taxing them, right? And the FRM again, them is not even real money. Real money is gold and silver, right? So you're gonna be destroyed, right? Because you declare the book, the Bible as the true book, and then you must apply these scriptures, but you don't apply them. You break every law in it. So you are a hypocrite, right? You so-called white people are a hypocrite, right? This is Malachi chapter 3 verse 5, and I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be swift, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, yeah, with your witchcraft, because this whole society is a fake. There's a whole big bubble, right? Which it really people by witchcraft, especially with your pharmacies. There's one of your witchcrafts and sorceries, right? He said, and against the adulterers, and against the forswearers, and against those that oppress the hireling of his wage. Oppress the hireling of his wage. Yeah, because you even tax Jakes before Jakes get paid. And you pay Jakes minimum wage and you still taxing Jakes. Right? It say the widows and the fatherless, and them that turn aside, the stranger from his right, and fear not me, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Y'all don't fear the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You devils don't fear the Most High, right? You devils don't fear the Most High. This is Jeremiah 22 and 13, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 22 verse 30. Woe to him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness. Woe to him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness. You devils, you so-called white people, you the devil, right? Destruction. Woe to him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chamber by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages. Yeah, because over 400 years you enslaved the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans without paying them. Right? And give him not for his work, and give him not for his work. So you devils got a lot for pay for. Right? This is Isaiah 24. Right? Isaiah 24 and Isaiah 24 and 5, he said, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitant thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And this you devil, you transgress the laws, change the ordinance of the Most High, and break the everlasting covenant. This is what you devil do. The earth defile under you, because the scripture also said, thou shalt not murder, and you murder, right? You murder the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, right? You murder them, right? But you steal. The scripture said, thou shalt not steal. But you steal the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, right? From their land, and bring them to another land. So you definitely got a lot to pay for, right? This is Exodus chapter 20 verse 15. Thou shalt not steal, right? This is Exodus chapter 20. Exodus chapter 20. Right. So the scripture said, "Thou shalt not steal." Looking for this next one. Just a minute. All right. Yeah. So this is I find the scripture right in front of me. You know. All right. Yeah, finally toward the Abashim Yoshai, right? This is Exodus 21 and Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if it be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. And this will happen to you devils. You shall surely be put to death because you steal the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, right? And we still we when the Messiah Salaki Salaki when the Messiah come again, we can still be found in you devil's hand, right? This is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 15:33. He said, thus shall the Lord of hosts. He said, thus said, I mean, start from verse 32, Jeremiah 15:32. And the most proud shall stumble and fall. Speaking to you, devil, you in the might, you are the most proud. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall rise him up. And I will kindle a fire in a city, and it shall devour all round about him. Right? So you most I can destroy a city, right, which is a kingdom also, by thermonuclear missile, which is the ICBM missile. Verse 33, thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel, which is you so-called native and so-called Latinos, and the children of Judah, which go back to you so-called Negroes, which is the so-called West Indians, Asians, and not the Negroes in Americas and around the world, right? Seeking to you, right? He said, and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive, the so-called white people, held them fast. They refused to let them go. They refused to let them go. They refused to let the so-called Negroes, Latin, Native American Indian go. So when we go back to Leviticus chapter 21, verse 16, he said, he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death, and you devils going to be put to death. Right? Because the scripture said in Exodus 21 and 15, thou shalt not steal. It also said, thou shalt not murder. Right? And you murdered millions of Native American Indians, so-called Negroes, and Latinos. So you devils got a lot to pay for. Right? This is right. This is Jeremiah 50 and verse 14. He said, put yourself in array against Babylon, wrong and about, speaking about America. All he that bend the bow, shoot at her, spared no arrows, for she had sinned against the Lord. How she sinned against the Lord? Right? I read back the one I read earlier, Isaiah 24 and 5. Isaiah 24 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because the so-called white man, you was given the earth, Job 9 and 24, right? He said, because they have transgressed the laws of who Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant, right? This is Jeremiah 50 and 14. He said, put yourself in array against Babylon, which is America, wrong and about. All he that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrow, for she had sinned against the Lord Yahweh. Verse 15, shoot against her wrong and about, right? She had given her hands, her foundation are falling, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, take vengeance upon her, as she had done, do unto her, right? So their arrows really gonna shoot at them ICBM missile, right? America, you sin against the Most High, your sins reach to the heavens, right? So the Most High gonna destroy you, destroy Babylon, right? Because you declare the Bible as the book of the Most High, the book of the truth, but you don't apply these scriptures. You break all the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and write your own laws, right? With that, hope this video is edifying. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders who ruled a great millstone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiams and the folk on the earth to push the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom.